Hey, Church on the Rock Battleground family. Lorraine and I are so blessed to have you as partners with us and leading Amazon Outreach, where we continue with a focus to make disciples, to train leaders, to plant churches, and to serve the poor and those who are hurting. As 2020 started, we were able to thankfully wrap up the first semester in our Bible academies where 100 students were being trained to be future ministers and leaders in our churches in South America. And I was also able to be in Peru and in the nation of Paraguay in the months of January and February, visiting some of the new faith communities that were launching. So beautiful to see the faith communities in Paraguay and the ministry happening to the children in these very poor communities. And they want to thank you for your prayers and for your support. When COVID locked down the nation of Peru, it was so severe that our pastors weren't able to even feed their own families. They didn't have supplies. And so we went with a primary focus at that time for just COVID relief, for food supplies and medical aid. And I just want to report that over $80,000 came in to help with this. And Church on the Rock, you were a part of helping give this aid. And so thank you for what you've done. When COVID hit, it hit so hard that it's now we believe that there's like a herd immunity in the lower jungle. Over 90%, they say, were exposed to the virus. In some of the villages, they say everybody was exposed to it. And so as travel restrictions lifted, our evangelists have been able to travel once again. That started in July and August. And I'm so thankful to report that there's been new faith communities that are being planted. I've been getting the testimonies of this, the pictures, the videos, and we've been able to drill some wells in the nation of Brazil and help some communities that were in dire need. One community where the entire water system for that village was contaminated, and we were able to drill a new well and provide clean water. One of the testimonies that I think is just so cool is Nellie, one of our pastor's wives. Her husband, Pastor Leonel, tragically had passed away from COVID. And you can imagine the grief that she was battling at that time. But she resolved in her heart as she strengthened herself in the Lord to continue pastoring the Belém de Judea church. And what's so cool about this is I just saw the report a few days ago of so many people being water baptized through her ministry. And so, your prayers, your support coming alongside our ministers in Peru, help them accomplish the will of God in these communities and bringing light into dark areas. As we wrap up the year, I'm going to be heading back once again to Peru to be there for our December Pastors Conference, our year-end conference there. International travel restrictions have lifted, and I'm going to be excited, if nothing changes, to be there with them and just to encourage them, to hug them, and hear some of the latest reports of what's taking place. Our focus as we move on into the next couple of years for Amazon Outreach is going to be to expand our facilities in Iquitos, where we have our Bible Academy and so many other ministries are out from there. Many of our humanitarian works go out from that base. And so we need to raise the left wing building. We need to put a second story on it, like we already have one on the right side building. And this is going to take about $200,000 to do this. And so I want you to know, Church on the Rock, that as you support Lorraine and I, we're able to go out and to raise these funds for projects like that. And so personally, our need is that we would like to be able to raise about $500 more monthly to help us with our expenses as we travel and do ministry and do the work of God. I want to thank you for all that you've done for us over the years. You've been tremendous partners. We love calling Church on the Rock Battleground our home church, and we're always refreshed when we come back and just blessed with all that God is doing through Church on the Rock. And so thank you. God bless you. We love you. And 2021, I believe, is going to be a great year for the mission of Jesus to go forward. And I'll end with this. I'm in my office, and every time I walk in here, I see these spears. This is a spear from the Cana Marie tribe. And this spear was given to one of our evangelists who gave it to me. And he said that when the gospel came in, he said, I'm laying down my spear that my father used to kill other people, and I am now taking up the gospel of Jesus. These are the testimonies that are happening all over the jungle. Thank you. God bless you. And we look forward to 2021 and all that God has in store.